in the conversation, they're not talking anymore to you about it. When me, even if I know for a fact something could not be achieved, I still like to entertain my mind, like, what if it could be? You know what I mean? What if it could be possible? Because it very well could be. It's just that with current technology, maybe we don't know how to do that just yet. You know, I always like to look at things like that. It always keeps the door open in my mind for possibilities of things that could make it work, instead of just closing my mind and writing it off as, no, levitation will never work. That's a sci-fi thing. You know, you'll never hover. There's no such thing as hover cars, blah, 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 blah. And the thing is, dude, you never know. Maybe one day you can evolve. Maybe one day, you know, we will evolve to have some type of superpower. Because, I mean, if you think about it, if you really think about it, vision is a superpower. I mean, if you really sit down and think about it, being able to see something and then translate it through electronic signals to your brain and create a perceptive image of it in your mind, because that's where everything takes place, dude. Like, your eyes don't see shit. All your eyes do is relay information to your brain, and your brain creates the picture of what you're looking at. And you know, sometimes I think about things like, you know, you remember the cartoons of like Wile E. Coyote or somebody would walk off a cliff, but he wouldn't fall yet because he didn't know he wasn't on the cliff anymore? Like, what if a person was born and immediately taken away and raised in a white room, just a solid white room, and was never told anything of gravity, was not told that if you do this, this will happen. If this, then this will happen. If this, then this. If he was never taught these rules, these physics laws and stuff, and his brain honestly did not have any knowledge, because kids, even though you don't teach them about gravity till later, they witness it. They understand that things that go up come down. Even when they're little kids, they drop things and they know things. They learn. You know, they learn. Their brain is programmed through just visual knowledge that gravity is there. You know, kind of like, what's that theory of, does the act of looking at something, does putting attention on something, focusing on something, create that thing's reality? In other words, is gravity only there because we perceive gravity is there? I mean, obviously you could look and say, well, we haven't always been around. Gravity was there long before we were here. But the thing is like, I don't believe we're the only thing out there in the universe. I believe there's things out there billions of years longer than we have, and they've been perceiving gravity for the longest time. So my question is, does gravity or anything like that exist only because we say it exists? Only because we believe it exists? The other day I was thinking about people blind from birth. They have no idea what objects look like. Do they create? Yes, they do, Original. Because that's what I'm saying. Just because your eyes don't work. I mean, think about dreams. Think about dreams. Like, you still create pictures in your mind without your eyes even being open. So even though they don't know the colors of things and they don't know what things look like, I believe that they create their own pictures in their mind of what things look like. Now, granted, they may be colorless. They may not have they may not even look like things that we would recognize, but I honestly believe that they create things in their mind. And here's another thing to think about. How is it that okay, I'll say this for example. I believe that all living creatures with a brain are schizophrenic. And here's why I say that. Even you, even everybody in chat right now, everyone watching the stream right now. And you may say, I'm not schizophrenic. Mirrormask, shut the hell up. Punch you in the fucking face. But hear me out. When you go to sleep and you dream, okay, you create the personalities of people you have not even met yet, right? You are even surprised in your own dream, the interaction conversation-wise that you have with these people. You have full-on conversations with people that your brain has just created. You don't know ahead of time what they're gonna say in return to the things that you say to them in your dream. But it's your own brain that created them. Yet, they shock you with the things they say in your dream. It's almost like your brain has sectioned off and created all these individual people with their own, their own thing going on, their own structure to speech and their own individual thought processes, but it locks it away from you, the dreamer. So everything that you dream when you talk to someone, it's like completely out of left field. Like you didn't know you were gonna say that in your own dream. And another thing is, when you dream up your friends and you have conversations with people that you actually know in real life in your dreams, your brain is thinking for that person based on how you know that person, completely independent from how you're thinking in your own dream. You know what I mean? So, here's what I think schizophrenia is. I think, and this is my own little theory, dude, and you guys tell me if you think it sounds legit. I think schizophrenia is, because what schizophrenia is a person that believes they're two different people. Their brain is parted into two different personalities, independent from each other. I believe that since when we dream, we all create up personalities in our mind, the same way that a schizophrenic does in real life. I think their brain has created a character in a dreamlike state at some point and has convinced themselves that that person is real. So I think it formulated in a dream somewhere one day and then manifested it came into real life, and now they can't distinguish which person is the real personality and which one's the one that got created in a dream. But to some degree, we're all schizophrenic. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to dream. All right, yeah, you start getting into thinking about that kind of stuff. You really start questioning, like, what is reality? What is reality really? Is the tree that I'm looking at really there, or is it only there because I think it's there? Is it only there? Do I only see that as a tree because I've been told that that's a tree? You know what I mean? Crazy stuff. But see, most people won't talk about stuff like this. Most people say, okay, you're an idiot, you're crazy, whatever, and they'll write it off, they'll shut their mind off. But some people will actually listen and really stop and think, now that I think about it, that's pretty deep, man. Like, that's something to really question. this one. Yeah, take the blue or the red pill. Exactly. It is. It really is. I mean, you essentially, like, dude, rabbit hole gets just shattered to shit when you start talking about, like, things in the universe. Things that just don't make any fucking sense. Things like you can't even imagine are even possible. Like, there are planets out there that are made of water. That's it. It's just a big ass ball of water floating in space. There's planets out there that, and I know you guys are gonna laugh at this, but it's honest God truth. There are planets out there that are, it's a big ass sphere of beer. That's all the fuck it is. It's beer. A circle of beer floating in space. Like, I'm not shitting you. There are planets out there that are solid diamond, dude. The whole damn planet is diamond. It's just stuff you don't even think's possible is out there. I mean, that's just insane to think there's a planet out there made entirely of beer. Yeah, dude, and that's the thing. It's like there's no boundary to it. If you go out past what the Big Bang, created, there's still more. It still goes on. Like it's almost you almost can't even comprehend what infinity truly means. Now, because I've researched this stuff ever since I was a little kid, like, I can wrap my head around big numbers a lot easier than I can smaller numbers, in all honesty. But even the concept of infinity still blows my mind, because it's just not something the human brain can understand. Like, truly understand. I mean, you can understand the concept of infinity goes on forever, but when you really think about it, it's just like the concept of there is no end to something. It just goes on forever. But here's something to think about. Twism, you may like this one. Original, you may like this one. Vaughn, I know you will. You can't actually count from one number to the next. It's not even possible, because of the concept of infinity. You can't even count from 0 to 1. You can't count from 1 to 2, 2 to 3. You can't even count from 1 to any number. You can't even count from 0 to any number, because of the concept of infinity. So for a number system, we had to just come up with a system to say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But in actual reality, theoretically, you can count from 1 to 2. But in reality, you can't count from 1 to 2. You'll never get past 1. You'll never get past 0. Because think about it. To get from 0 to 1, you have to start at 1.1. But to get to 1.1, you have to start at 1.01. But to get to that, you have to start at 1.001. You see what I'm saying? Like, you'll never get to the next number. Because of the infinity concept, you can't ever get to the next number.